Hello, Chattanooga. You're listening to AM 1240 and 92.7 FM. Clutch with Keon Rose. And we have a full show for you today. But the first thing we're going to do is talk to Coach Hayden Clark of the Chattanooga Eagles. And you brought your quarterback with you, Kobe. Kobe, what's your last name? Kobe Copeland. And the Eagles are playing in a playoff game tomorrow. They're going to need your support. And now we're just going to talk some football, really. I'm excited about this show because I was listening to you guys talk off the air, and you guys are hilarious. But this being your first playoff game that you're playing, because you did get the bye week last week, I did not expect that there was going to be a rematch this soon. Huntsville Rockets again. You got some history with those guys. Could you talk about that for a little bit?
Yeah, last year we played those guys. We beat them twice, actually, once at their place and then once at our place. And then this year they actually returned the favor to us. They beat us 21-14 at their place. And then they got to come down to our place again 2 weeks ago. And it was a great game, man. It was 30-24 in our favor. Good crowd came out. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, Coach. Last week you were saying that it might be a low scoring game. It actually wound up going the other direction there.
Yeah, I think I predicted 14-7.
Yeah, something like that.
17-7. Yeah, I kind of got what I was expecting the second half. Because, we went into halftime. I think it was 30-22, and then nobody scored after that until we took a safety at the end of the game just to try to take some more time off the clock for those guys.
All right. Let's see if we can get the mic on over to Mr. Copeland over here.
Yes, sir.
Because first off, that was the first Eagles game that I've been able to get out and see.
Yes,
I was really impressed by how you played. I've done some high school play-by-play, and I know that some games can get fast, but when you're scrambling around out there and when you have to make certain throws, how fast does the game look like to you?
I mean, it looks like it's 100 miles an hour, honestly. I mean, you have people coming at you. You got to read the defense, and the cornerbacks and stuff like that, the safeties. You got to read them too. So it all looks like it's going like a NASCAR race, honestly. So everything is super fast. You got to make your reads just like that, just like a snap of a finger, and that's about it. It's fast. It's fast.
Yeah, it looks absolutely fast. I saw it. I was like, that looks terrifying. And I was down at the sideline.
Oh, it definitely is. Yeah, it's terrifying seeing somebody you never know, like these defensive linemen. You never know where they came from or anything like that. We're playing against a guy that went to Auburn, so it's kind of like a last chance you type thing. What he's doing, and it's scary, but I just sit in there and take the pressure and trust my guys.
Because I saw some throws that you made that they were right on the money after there's pressure coming in, and they were spot on. And I thought, man, there does have to be a certain level of trust. What do your teammates give you in terms of confidence when it comes to being able to play the way that you play?
I played with these guys, and they can vouch for me for this. The coaches, they came to us. We all started at Washington Hills, and we was playing 7-on-7 and stuff every Sunday, and we just have so much good chemistry, just from being out there, and we know each other. We know what each other can do. And stuff like that, even the linebackers and stuff like that, like even the big guys, they would come out there. It's really a chemistry thing. And I played with he's my man, CJ Deloney. I played with him last year, and me and him was like, we was on key with everything. There wasn't nothing that could stop us, and that's exactly what we took into the game. Nothing can stop me and you. So really the chemistry is the main thing that keeps me going with this team, because we all started on a football field, some of these people didn't play football, growing up in high school and stuff like that. But the main thing is really just the chemistry and the love and the brotherhood that we have. And it all started with just 7-on-7.
You're listening to Clutch with Keon Rose at AM 1240 and 92.7 FM Nooga Radio. Joining me in the studio is Coach Hayden Clark and quarterback Kobe Copeland of the Chattanooga Eagles. And Kobe, could you tell me, you've played Huntsville a lot, like just a lot.
I'm 3-0 against them. Just saying.
just taking time to point that out. When you are this familiar with an opponent, is it harder for you or easier for you to try and prepare for them?
I take steps into every game like it's my last. So I go into every game thinking this might be my last game. But with Huntsville, it's a whole completely different thing because we lost to them this year once. I wasn't playing quarterback, and then we beat them when I was. So it's really like I have a grudge on them. Like I really just want to beat them.
Really just like beating them.
I just really want to beat them. That's it.
Yeah,
that's the main thing.
Because I could tell you respect those guys, but also like there were some moments in the game where there was some bad blood going on. You can see it. Yeah. I got rocked. I got rocked a couple times, and it was some dirty stuff. But the main one, like with the fight, the refs blew the whistle. I still got hit. My ear's still messed up from that hit. Just to let y'all Chattanooga people know. But there's some bad. There's some bad blood in this. In this, like this whole game, this whole like series that we've had with Huntsville, I'm just ready to play. That's all I can say. Absolutely. We'll get it. Can we move the mic back down to Coach Clark here for a second? Because you and Kobe have a really great relationship, Coach. That's from what I can tell. And I just want to ask you, how important is that, having that relationship between head coach and quarterback to your success?
Yeah, me and Kobe started last year, and the offensive coordinator, mine, and the quarterback have to be, eye to eye through everything we do. And I think me and him do a really good job of communicating throughout the week, talking about game plans. I picked him up today to come here, and we talked pretty much the whole way here about some adjustments we were going to make and some things we were going to do differently. So, being on the right track and being in the same mind, it's kind of cool because at times, it's like, obviously he's playing the game. I don't do a whole lot. I just let him go. I call the plays, and he has full range to audible off whatever he wants and whatever he sees. So there are times where I'm sitting over there on the sideline, I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope he sees this. And then next thing I know is like he sees it and things just click. So me and him see a lot. We see a lot of eye to eye.
Okay. So you really have you have a lot of I guess autonomy when it comes to changing into different routes and things like that. You give him all of that ability.
Oh yeah. I think he's earned it. I'm not going to take anything away from him. He's definitely earned it. There are some times where I want to wring his neck. But for the most part, it stays pretty good. He stays within the game. He doesn't try to do anything crazy unless we're at practice. But he stays within the game. He does his part. He has I think he has full respect of our team, so they trust him. They're ready to ride or die with him. So I think that goes a long way.
Clutch with Keon Rose on AM 1240 and 92.7 FM here on Nooga Radio. And I'll ask you guys both a question. It's going to be the same question, but Coach, from the coaching standpoint, how do you find a rhythm in the game offensively? Because there was a point early in the game where you guys were just clicking, and I thought, when you guys started pulling away, like this one might be over early. How do you find that rhythm?
The rhythm is fed off of what our defense does as well. So, as good as it is to be an offensive mind and as good as it is to see our offense put up points, our defense gave us the football back in really good field position early. I think that put us up 14-0. But so our defense, our coaching staff does a really good job on that side of the ball. Obviously, Austin Elrod and Zach McCarter, they're great. They help me. Like, you heard us over here last week. We fight all the time, but it's a brotherly thing. We all find that common meaning, and when we're together, we'll talk about how much we hate each other through offense and defense. But when we're on the game day, it all comes together. He feeds off what I do, I feed off what he does. So it just kind of makes it click. It goes a long ways with what we do when we see our defense balling out. Because offense and defense, especially at this level, they can butt heads. But at the end of the day, we're a team. We understand that. So we're going to feed off of their energy.
All right, Kobe, just the same question for you as a quarterback, though. Offensively, when you find that rhythm, how do you find that rhythm, and how important is that?
Really, I feed off at the start. I feed off the running backs. If we got a good run game, like I know we're gonna be successful in the offense. But me personally, it's the first pass. Like, it's the first pass. Like, if I complete it and I see the defense exactly what they're doing, it's downhill for the defense from there.
Gotcha. It's like in the NBA, they say, like, never let a good shooter see one go in, because then it's over.
Because as soon as he finds his shot, it's done. That's exactly how I feel. Like, as soon as I find my first throw and find my touch, it's over with. That's just how I feel. And I go into every game with that mentality. And it's kind of hard to stop somebody when they're just on a roll like that.
When you feel pressure, is it instinct? Do you see it, or do you feel it?
I feel it and see it at the same time. I feel it and see it, because I don't know if I should say this on the radio because people are listening, but I look at the line first as soon as the ball snaps. I see where the defensive ends are going, because I trust my front three, center, and guards. I trust them to stop anything coming up the middle. And I've never really been sacked up the middle or anything like that. So I pay attention to the defensive ends, and as soon as I see them, make sure where they're going. I know the play already; it's in my head, so I just make my decision off that. And like I said, nobody can stop me once I get in my groove.
As an offensive player, what is it like to have to rely on your defense and sit down and just watch them do what they have to do? Because you needed them in the second half of that game to hang on there.
Man, my heart drops. My heart drops a lot. I trust my defense to the fullest 100%, but still in them gut check moments, it's kind of hard for your heart not to drop.
To just be running on you.
Yeah, I rely on our defense a lot, because I'd say we're number one defense in the conference, in the whole league, because our defense was our main point last year, and we pretty much got the same defense, and it's the same exact thing this year, just with a little bit more assets. So I rely on them a lot, but like I said, once I get going, you can't stop me.
So Coach Clark was saying that he gives you a lot of power to audible and things like that.
He has no choice.
Oh man. You basically just kind of just stare him down.
Sometimes you don't even know that I'm doing it, like changing the play or anything like that, changing somebody's route. But if it works, then it works. If it don't, then my butt is definitely it's not going on the bench, but it's coming back on. I'm definitely gonna hear it. I'm gonna hear it from him.
Right. Let's ask Coach Clark another question here. When, like, is there a moment in any game where, like over the last season so far, where you've just had to make a really tough call? Like, what's like the hardest decision you've had to make this season?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably the hardest call. That's a really good question. I would say last game, because it's fresh. We're down, or we were up 8 points. There was 10 seconds left in the football game, and I knew that if we run some clock out right here and take the safety, we would be giving them the football back. But, that time would be very slim. I don't want to take anything away from our special teams, but our punt has been shaky this season. And we just didn't really feel confident in our punt. So we went ahead and, took the safety. I think we ran the clock down all the way to 1.6 seconds. So that was executed perfectly. Probably one of the toughest, I guess I don't want to say calls because all the calls just kind of fly through. It's just the next play because as soon as he comes to the sideline every play. As soon as I call play, I'm automatically thinking about the next one. Most of the time, whenever he gets out there, I've already forgotten what I called because you're
on to the next one.
I'm on to the next one. I'm like, I gotta start thinking about this next play. So I mean, the toughest calls, these guys make it easy. I don't want to say that there's never a bad call because I have put us in some bad situations this year with a couple run plays when they loaded the box. So, but they get out of it. They're really, really good about it.
Yeah, that was a gutsy call to take the safety there, which I do understand because there was a punt return I think that you guys gave up earlier in the game, and it was a backbreaker.
Return earlier. The first game when we played them, we actually we had 2 punts that were dropped. They were bad snaps. So I just didn't really. That was not how we were going to lose a football game.
Right. Like if they want to beat you any other way.
Obviously I don't want to take a loss, but I was not about to throw my punt team back out there and take another loss like that. I couldn't have handled it. Couldn't live with myself.
I hear you. One last question for Kobe here. Just maybe not last question, but when you have a turnover, when you throw an interception or something, how do you forget it? Like, how do you get that out of your head and move on to the next play?
You have to. I mean, there's no. There's nothing else you can think about. I mean, you think about that turnover. I mean, I threw a pick last game, and it was in a crunch time moment. And I mean, the only thing you can do is just forget about it. Like as soon as you cross that line and go over to the bleach or go over to the bench or anything, like just forget about it. And that's exactly what I do. I mean, he'll drill me. He'll definitely drill me. So I mean, I try to prevent that. But in all, I mean, it's hard. I'm not gonna lie, but like in the end all be all, like you just gotta forget about it. I mean, it's hard for some people to forget about it. I mean, especially as a quarterback when you got people coming to you, you're all right, you're all right, you're all right. I'm like, I know I'm all right. Like we're okay. Like they didn't score off the interception. It's okay. Yeah. Like everything is good. So that's the main thing. The main thing with me, I just really don't like people coming up to me and telling me that it's okay. Like I know it's okay. But I mean, I love my teammates and stuff like that. I know they're just trying to encourage me, but that's the main thing. Like just got to forget about it and go to the next play.
Do you tell guys, not to put anybody on blast, but if you had a receiver that say dropped a pass or something and it was a good pass, would you?
I'm not gonna name anybody, but yes, keep going.
Do you? How are you trying to be encouraging to them? Like, what do you do to try and? Because if you don't want to hear, it's okay. They don't like they know too when they drop one that's good.
I mean, I just encourage them. Like that's the main thing I do. I try not to talk to my receivers because I mean I wouldn't want like just how I told you I don't want someone coming up to me and saying you're okay and stuff like that. But I mean I'll try to encourage my receivers. You'll get them next time. But I mean it's all up to them after that if they take it.
All right. Well, I'd like to thank you guys for coming out today. It's been awesome having you guys on. It's been fun. Coach Clark, if you'd like to just give out the information of where people can find you guys, where they can go see the game here.
We'll be at Central High School tomorrow night, 7:30 p.m. Gates open around 6:30. You can also like our Facebook page, Chattanooga Eagles Football. I think is what it is. Honestly, I'm not 100% sure. I don't keep up with our social media, but you can like our page on that. And we'll also be having a tryout for 2018 team in November. So we've had a lot of messages coming to us. A lot of people asking, they want to be a part of this because we're making huge strides to be something really special. So we're going to start promoting our tryout and stuff like that for next season as soon as this year's over with. So if you just stay tuned to our Facebook page, we should be pretty good to go.
All right. And if you guys want to come back again and promote the tryout on the show, I'd love to have you guys on. You've been listening to Clutch with Keon Rose on AM 1240 and 92.7 FM. Thanks, guys, for coming on.
The Tennessee Valley's news, talk, and sports leader. Nooga Radio, AM 1240 and 92.7 FM. 3, 2,